Thank you very much. Next speaker will be Linda Abraham. If you'd like to go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, Chairman and the councils. Thank you for having us today. Basically, my concern with um, I'm here on the support of us building the church. It's as our pastor said earlier. It's been a old church. It's been here like for years. And then the idea of us buying the land, it's not really for the church. It's just for us to build a church. We want to be able to build a church, not just buy the building on top of the land, but basically we got the land, not because of the building. So we want to be able to build the church that we want. As our pastor said earlier, we have more than 300 something members. And then we have people that really wanted to come, but there was no space. Every time we're doing like even a youth conference, it is like people staying outside. And then so all of the members outside and people invited coming in. And so even also we cannot even enjoy our own services. So we really want to have your approval so we can build that church. It's really small. I know you might not be inside of it to see, and then it's gonna have only one bathroom, and you cannot even do much on it. You cannot even do number twos. I'm so sorry for saying that. You can't even floor. So it's a lot. There's a lot going on inside, and then we just can't do it, or we can't do it anymore. As I said, the main reason why we buy the land, and if you see the building, it's a small one, but the land it's way like way. I mean, it's a lot of land. So there is no way we bought the land just for the building. No way. So definitely we really want for for us to be able to build that. uh, for now, our dream church. I mean, I know it's not gonna be in the future. We might need something way bigger, but for now, I mean, if we can have like 400 or 500 members church, I think that would be like a big step up for us, and even for the community. Like when you come with kids, sometimes me and myself, I have a toddler. So when I come to church with them, like even running around, like you just with everything. There is no other building, no other room you can even take him to. There is none of that. But we want to be able to build. We want to be able to create all these things. As like sometimes when we have the youth who go to the university, sometimes do not even speak our languages, and then they have to have their own teachers or teaching in their language so they can understand. But it's kind of hard. As soon as they grow up, they go somewhere else because there is no space to even divide, do anything special for them because the space is just so small. So we really want your approval so we can get that, you know, done, get it over with. Like, yes, it will be a blessing for us. It will be a
Thank you
big,
very much.
huge blessing for us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
All right. Next is Mr. Francois.
Mr. Chairman, do we know if we have anybody in opposition?
I did not receive any registration in opposition. They were all in support.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
My name is Jules Francois. Thank you for having me this morning. Uh, we are member of the church, but I live here in Kissimmee because the church have like a auxiliary church, I would say, that attached to it. So we do service together. We are under the leadership of Pastor Charles Louis. Uh, so that's why we feel fit tonight to be part of that meeting in order for us to ask you for the favor to give us the opportunity to build that church. Yes, I am advocating for the initiative that we have taken to build a bigger church in that area. that local church has been there for years, as pastor and other members have already said it. And it never happened that people who are going to that church have done like something wrong to the community, to the neighborhood. I think if we would have that opportunity to build that church, it will help us to like increase and strengthen bond between community, between people living there, and it will be as well also a means or a way to increase the level of security there, because like wherever there is a church, I can talk from experience. They are like businesses, they are like ATM, I'm sorry. Why? Because people know that since there is like a sanctuary there, they're likely to have safety. So they don't put in their mind that something wrong can happen in the area. So the goal in itself is not to secure people, okay? Our goal is to be able like to build that church, as Sister Linda said, in order for our members to take granted of it. But I think that building that church in that area, that would help, okay, like how I could say that, like that would give other opportunity. That would be like a reference for the area, for the neighborhood, because since we have a church, people would likely to reference you to the church and like giving you indication. So that would help. That's why this morning we are here to ask you, council members, for that favor, so we can have the opportunity to be able to build our dream church. Thank you
Thank you very
for
much.
giving me that opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you. Next speaker, John.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you once again for giving us this opportunity by spending that extra time just for paying attention to our case. Let me say my name is Gene Elias, and I'm one of the church member, and particularly I am one of the committee representative, and I'm really excited today, just knowing that I'm sitting with the one that help us working through our dream. So thank you guys for spending that extra time just for listening to us, because it's like we know we're knocking at the right door. So thank you very much. Let's say the conversation tonight is one of the most important step that we can have, because the construction of our church is one of the most eminent necessity we have in our community. As years passing by fast, and then our communities is rising fast too. So having the opportunity to build a church, a new construction, a new church for our new generation who is coming, and then we are really concerned about that. You guys can hear that from several of us, that we are really concerned about our youth, because it's like our today church, we okay, but what about the next coming generation? Is like we are really concerned about them, because most likely when the way we living, and then the comparison they can make from the other church, other congregation, is like we are really behind. So we got to do something, and then we know by talking to you today we know we probably gonna in the right way to make that happen. So that's our concern, and then we know we're knocking at the right door. And then thank you for listening, and thank you for your pre-approval. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
And
very
God
much.
bless you.
Thank you. Do you have anybody else with public comment, Madam Clerk?
Chair, that concludes the public comment portion.
Okay, I believe you wanted to speak, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, hi. I just wanted to say a couple of things. First, I want to greet all of you for having us today. My name is Beth Saint. I'm located at 112 Southwind Lake Drive, in Florida, 33534. And I want to basically speak in support of this motion.
There's somebody that's still on that needs to mute themselves. They're making too much noise. All right, go ahead, ma'am. I'm sorry.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. Basically, I just wanted to say that all of the other churches, around us are growing and expanding. But we want to, grow and thrive, and that can't be done in our current building. We can barely hold a conference, as our members have said, inside of the building. Before COVID-19, every time we would have a conference, our members would have to, leave, give up their seats to go stand outside. But now with COVID-19, we can't go back to that. We need to build a bigger building so that we can have, the area to respect the government's restrictions as far as, the 6 feet apart, and still have the opportunity, to do what matters most to us and, to worship God, basically. So we have one small sanctuary where we are forced to do everything. So I'm the Sunday school teacher for the kids and the secretary for our youth group. The size of our building is a problem. Sunday school is a big part of a child's life, as far as, the Christian child, because that's where you start to instill, the different things in their minds about, who God is and who God created them to be. So the way that you would teach the adults in the church is very different from how you would teach, a 2-year-old, or a 3-year-old. You kind of need to, break things down for them. You need to have the space to use visuals, like different objects to back up some of the things that you're saying to them. You need a play area, a music area, you need a snack area. We don't have any of that. We have one sanctuary and that's it. We don't have any adjoining rooms, any of that to do anything. I personally feel like our kids are missing a big part, of their experience as a child growing up in the church, and this is something that all the kids at other churches, are experiencing. We don't have classrooms, so we have to do the Sunday school, their Sunday school, along with the young adults and the adults in one sanctuary. And it's a small sanctuary, so we can't, have them on this side and have, the adults on the other side. We are all together as one. So sometimes if the teacher for the adult classroom is teaching a lesson, they'll be hearing them, instead of hearing me. I have to speak really, really loud for them to hear me. So it's a lot of chaos in one setting, Basically, I'm trying to say that we need to build. It's important for us as a community of believers, growing in this church. We would like to do so much more also for our community. We would like to have a food pantry. Other churches have that, that's, a big part of who we are called to be as Christians, to reach out to our community and to help those who are in need. And we're not able to do that because of the space. Our youth group has ventured off, to go feed the homeless a lot of times, but we are forced to use, the kitchens of, our members, and that enough is too small for what we want to do. Okay, so if we did have, more space, even like a fellowship hall for our community as Haitians, food and fellowshipping is one and the same. It's you have to, you'll be eating and fellowshipping with your brothers and sisters like at the same time. It's a big part of who we are in our culture. So we can't do that because we don't have a fellowship hall. We just have a little small building as our sanctuary. We need this. This construction, it means a lot to us and for the community, in terms of our community around us, in terms of their development. This construction will definitely beautify the area. That's what I believe. We have already factored in, the parking, based on the city's guidelines and stuff like that. We have, we have the shrubbery, the trees, the the community sidewalks factored in the future. We would like to also include maybe a play area for the kids in the community, also for our church. So I am definitely in support of this motion, and I definitely wish that you guys, and hope that you guys also would see the need for it. So thank you for hearing me out today.
Thank you very much. Was there anybody else for public comment, or is that it?
That is it.
Any questions or comments from council? Can I get a motion?
Je suis convaincu. Je suis convaincu. Oui? No. I said I am convinced. Je suis convaincu.
I don't know. Can I get a motion?
Move to close, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Councilman Miranda with the motion. Second from Councilman Citro. Any objection? All right, by unanimous consent, we, and by hearing no objection, this hearing is now closed. Councilman Goods, would you like to take this?
Mr. Chairman, why not? File number REZ 20-54. Ordinance being presented for first reading consideration. Ordinance rezoning property in the general vicinity of 5118 East 17th Avenue in the city of Tampa, Florida. Particularly more described in section 1 of zone district classifications, RS50 residential single family to PD plan development, place of religious assembly, providing an effective date.
All right, do we have a second? Second from Councilman Miranda, roll call vote.
Vieira,
Yes.
Goods,
Yes.
Dingfelder,
Oui.
Miranda,
B.
Carlson,
Yes.
Citro,
Yes, good. Yes.
and Maniscalco.
Yes.
Motion carried unanimously. Second reading and adoption will be held on November 5th at 9:30 a.m.
Thank you very much. Have a good morning. All right, we go to information reports.
Bonsoir.
Ms. Wells, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yes.
I want to congratulate City Council in that we are officially caught up from all the applications that were on hold or rescheduled. So thank you for all the time you've put into this.
Well, thank you for what you've done, you and the whole staff.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
We have plenty of surprises during new business. We're not done yet.
I have a lot.
I don't know. All right, Councilman Vieira, do you have anything, sir?
Yeah, just really fast, if I may. I move that a resolution be drafted so that I can give $500 out of my account to Jingle Carts. It's an organization from Forest Hills that does this Christmas parade that I want to help them out on.
And Mr. Vieira, that request is going to go to Revenue and Finance, is that correct?
Yep.
And
Yes,
ask them
sir.
to bring that back for council's approval?
Yes, sir. In 2 weeks is fine.
Do we have a second?
Okay.
Second from Councilmember Miranda. Is there any objection? Hearing none, by unanimous consent, without any objection, the motion passes. Anything else, sir?
Absolutely nothing. Thank you, sir. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilman Goods, do you have anything?
Yes, sir. I also like to make a motion for resolution to give $500 out of my account to the Friends of Tampa, the Recreation Department.
All right, a motion for Councilman Goods. Do we have a second?
And again, that, for the purpose of the clerk, that's a request for Revenue and Finance to come back to City Council with a resolution for its approval to effectuate that transfer.
Correct, sir.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Councilman Miranda. Any objection to the motion? By unanimous consent, without any objection, the motion passes. Anything else, council member?
Yes, sir. Last one. Earlier, we had a
Mr.
continued
Chairman,
session.
hold on one second. Monsieur Lusson, vous êtes fini. Vous êtes fini.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay, very good. Très bien. Très bien.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. De la mañana por la mañana.
What?
See you next.
Say my,
Councilman
say
Goods.
my,
Yeah, my train of thought, let me get it back. Okay, I like the, should be development, planning department and, Ms. Post, they're coming back on the 22nd of October, in reference to our codes and developments. Let them discuss about the East Tampa plan, master plan, if they would. A brief discussion, that way we can, when we get ready to go back to, Mr. Mechanic, I'll know how to proceed and what the plan is for East Tampa.
second.
We have a second from Councilman Vieira. Any objection to the motion? Hearing none by unanimous consent, the motion passes. Anything else, sir?
That's it, sir.
Councilman Dingfelder, in English.
No, I have there's no such thing as new business at 1 o'clock in the morning.
No
Councilman-
way.
Councilman Carlson, do you have anything?
Yeah, just quickly, some of you may have seen Kim Bailey, the famous and beloved chef in South Tampa, posted his going away message the other day with a cookie recipe. Also, he has been put in hospice, and his friends talked to me today. He is maybe weeks or months away from passing away, but they thought it would cheer him up and be a great honor to get a commendation. So I'd like to make a motion that we give a commendation to Kim Bailey that will be delivered by his friend Rosemary Henderson.
Okay.
Wait, who did you say again, sir?
Kim Bailey.
Oh, they said Kent.
Kim, no, that.
Oh, I was gonna say. Okay, we have a motion from Councilmember Carlson. Second, I believe, was Councilmember Miranda. Any objection to the motion? Hearing none by unanimous consent, the motion passes. Anything else, sir?
No, thank you.
All right, Councilman Citro, do you have anything, sir?
Just to wish President Jimmy Carter a happy 96th birthday. Nothing more, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Miranda, do you have anything?
Yes, sir. I got about 6 of them, but I'll hold them for our next meeting.
Hey, we can be here all day. Why not? We're here, so. All right.
And Mr. Chair, if I may, I forgot, I wanted to have a discussion on some changes I'm thinking about to the Civilian Review Board. I'm joking. I'm just being sure.
Order to receive and file all the documents, Mr. Chairman.
Motion to receive and file from Councilman Miranda. Do we have a second?
Second.
Councilman Carlson, any objection? Hearing none by unanimous consent, without any objection, the motion passes. We are adjourned. Thank you. Good night.
Night.